Okay, we're towards the end of that hollow now where the stream that cut it turns off to the left. I'm looking south right now, and we have a wall here of tabular, looks like thinly bedded, cross-bedded sandstones, and then another wall of that off to my right here. Gives you a pretty good sense of what these thinner beds of cross-stratified sandstone look like. This might be a somewhat different facies than the ones you saw earlier. The cross beds that you saw earlier were much thicker. These are much thinner. These are on the order of 5 to 10 centimeters tall. Fairly tabular, at least from this angle. And you can see them really well right here. Again, dipping off to the left, which is south. Very consistent direction of the paleocurrent. Headed off to the left. Again, headed south. And the thinness of these cross beds suggests that the tops of the dunes that form these were eroded off and then more sand deposited on top of them by another set of dunes. So we're really only seeing the toes of bed forms right here. The tops have been eroded away, and in a few places through here we can see that a couple of the cross beds have been overturned, like the ones that I showed you earlier, with the very tops of them curled up and then folded in the direction of the dip of the cross beds. All right, so we're going to walk down here now, and I'm going to leave the video running. Hopefully I don't fall. And what I'm going to do is just walk down this hollow and make that left turn. I'll walk through a stream to get there. Still that same cross-bedded sand, still headed in the same direction, off to the south. And we're going to turn around, and now this little slot canyon here, we've made a left turn at a right angle to the original hollow. Now I'm facing east. And as we get up here, we'll get a good view of those cross beds from a different direction. Here, the up current direction. I'll show you what those look like in a second as soon as I get a good view. And here you go. You should be able to see in here a lot of curved surfaces with cross beds dipping down into them. Several of them throughout the length of the outcrop. These are troughs. And so we are looking at the upcurrent view of those thin cross bed sets that we were looking at earlier. And that upcurrent view is telling us that the cross beds that we earlier thought were tabular are actually trough cross stratification. And so from this vantage point, it can be very difficult to tell which direction the paleocurrent was, because we see crossbeds dipping in different directions and erosion surfaces on those troughs dipping in different directions depending on where we look. This entire outcrop from bottom to top is all pretty much the same stuff. Trough cross-stratified sand. Let's see if I can get up closer to this so you can get a sense for what these look like. Right here we've got another set of overturned cross strata. The sandstone here is a little bit coarser than the sandstone we saw at the main outcrop earlier. Even though it's more thinly bedded here, it's coarser. There's a really nice overturned set of cross beds there, right in the center of the image. And a few spectacular examples a little bit higher up. I don't know if you can see those. Right up in the middle of the field of view right now. So, still headed